Hello everyone, I am Cool Guy, welcome back, and today we're going to be going over the Warlock's Joker's Wild Exotic Gauntlets, the Getaway Artist. These gauntlets are specific to the Stormcaller, and its exotic perk is Dynamic Duo. You hold your grenade button to convert your arc grenade into a supercharged Arc Soul. The Arc Soul functions as an autonomous turret. It can be used on any of the 3 Stormcaller classes, and we'll go through them to find the best ways to utilize it, but this is a dual threat exotic. It does great in PvE, it does great in PvP. The turret itself is comically aggressive. This thing gets after your enemies. When you run it, it can be at the forefront of your build. It's good enough for you to be able to do that with it. Sometimes that means adding a perk, sometimes you surround the entire build around it, and sometimes you just want to run a certain subclass for an activity. We're going to start off with the subclasses and then we'll start getting into the usage. If you want to fully utilize this enhanced Arc Soul and have it up all the time, on your armor you're going to want Ordnance mods, which generate grenade regeneration speed. I have 4 of them on, and the times are going to be on the screen right now. The last mod I have is going to be Taken Armaments. Defeating a taken enemy with a grenade has a chance to grant heavy ammo to your reserves. That's how I'm going to be running mine, and this video is published during Arc Week. But that doesn't change the effectiveness of Taken Armaments in most activities, specifically Reckoning and your Taken activities. You pop that turret and let it start feeding your heavy weapons simply by letting the turret do all the work. It's going to be a great addition if you take this into PvE and these types of in-game activities. And you can have that Arc Soul up a lot of the time. And not only is it wrecking enemies, but you're getting that little extra back because you have on Taken Armaments. Let's first start off with the top tree, and honestly the new changes with Arc Web and the subclass overhaul, you want the grenade more than you want this turret. It's kind of like the classic case of Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park. Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. That top tree and the Crown of Tempest were kind of made for each other. And those Arc Web grenades are a different type of nasty. They're so good. I just found leaving this class alone, do what it does best, is going to be the right thing to do. Now that isn't to say you can't use the Getaway Artist, but you are taking away Arc Web. Now this top tree does have the longest Storm Trance when you cast it with a full grenade and melee energy. And if you have found something with top tree and the Getaway Artist, let us know down in the comments section. For the middle tree, the Chaos Reach tree, is where we start getting some compatibility, mainly due to Ionic Trace. Defeating enemies has a chance to create Ionic Traces. Collecting traces grants energy to all of your abilities. This is going to be a great subclass to keep that turret up a lot, especially if you are running Ordnance mods. And a lot of the time the turret gets itself back and you have 100% uptime. And then we have Bottom Tree. This is the one with the Arc Soul already built in. This subclass got a couple buffs, a 600% recharge rate for the perk Electrostatic Surge. And you get that when you're next to your teammate, and the Rift now lasts 20 seconds. The regular Arc Soul now lasts 12 seconds, up from 8. But here's the important thing, the Super Turret, that's what we're going to call it from the Getaway Artist, lasts for 20 seconds. When you pop your Rift, the timer for the Super Turret will reset back to 20 seconds. And you can leave that Rift, be mobile, come back to the Rift, and then refresh that 20-second timer again. If you have a second teammate running the Bottom Tree, you can both use each other's Rifts, running in and out and refreshing the timer. The Super Arc Soul itself is really good. Again, it's comically aggressive. It shreds adds, it gets bonus damage with Grenadier, like the Taken Phalanx orbs that shoot at you. It's really nice. For PvP, the Bottom Tree's been my favorite, even if I'm running solo, because I run around with the Soul, and when it gets low, I pop the Rift. Now that Rift placement is kind of used as a waypoint. It could be around B or in cover. I get mobile, use the Arc Soul to help in gunfights and team fights, and I come back to the Rift, reset the timer, and go back out. Again, if you have another player doing this with you, it gets really fun. You can have multiple waypoints in an area. It gets really crazy sometimes. I've had that Super Arc Soul for over 3 minutes. So let's quickly talk about overall usage. Now in PvE it's fairly self-explanatory, but what's really nice about PvP is how much it helps you in your gunfights. The Soul does 11 damage per shot, and it shoots 5 shots, so a total of 55 damage. And it shoots much faster than a regular Arc Soul. Most weapons, like a hand cannon or a pulse rifle, it's going to help you get the kill a bullet or a burst less. As an example, say you have a 110 RPM hand cannon, you land your headshot. Meanwhile, if the Soul lands 1 or 2 of its shots for 11 or 22 damage, the headshot that you just hit is almost like you hit 114 damage to the head. And then you just followed up with another headshot, so it's almost like you're 2-tapping someone. I've been using it with Ace of Spades a lot. That does 92 with Memento Mori. Again, you just need 1 or 2 of those 5 total shots from the Super Arc Soul to land. The best part is if you really pay attention to your cooldowns, you can keep that Super Arc Soul up a lot. And again, Bottom Tree, you're gonna have to be going back and forth between the Rift. Middle Tree, you're gonna be gathering all the traces. It really is a game changer for gunfights. If you need side shotgun, it could prime them a little bit before you get there. Things like the Monarch and bows, it can get 22 or 33 damage. You can just one-shot them with those bows. In conclusion, it's a really good exotic, and it does warrant usage, because every exotic has a place. The Geomags have a place. We all know what we want to do with Geomags, but those are only good for one specific thing at a certain time. The Getaway Artist can be used at any time, and you still have your super, it's not as long, but you still have it. Pay attention to your cooldowns, and things like Ashes to Assets, enhanced if you have them, are going to be really nice to pair with it. If you use Bottom Tree, again, set it down, come back to it, go in and out. It's going to help clear ads with ease in PvE and helps tremendously in your gunfights in PvP. It's a great exotic. If you're new to the channel, remember to hit the subscribe button. If you are subscribed, thank you guys so much for your continued support. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment. What do you guys think about the Getaway artist? Are there any builds you'd like to share? Thank you guys for watching, and until the next one, I am Cool Guy.